So, that was making me dizzy. Trying to do this and drive down the road, but I guess I'm going to hold it steady while even though it's hanging, it's moving too much even for me. So, Osher and I just got paid a huge compliment. I had to go to a oral surgeon. They're getting ready to cut out the back top and the back bottom on the right hand side here out of my mouth. And anyhow, Osher technically is not what some people believe totally ready for public access because of his age, for the biggest reason. But he does really good for the most part. He's never shamed us or anything of that nature. I do try to stay on top of what's going on with him and make sure that, that we're either working on some of our clicker games for our training, or he's got a toy or something to occupy him. I've learned that he's on a short leash to begin with because he's being umbilical trained, but I've learned I can also put my foot on the leash and he pretty much stays in a down position. Because he's not quite learned that position yet, but that helps. Well, the dentist or the surgeon came in and he goes, "Oh, I see we have a friend." Now, we've seen several people, several of the women in the office, and he had already gotten a lot of attention from them. But anyhow, he comes in and says, "Oh, I see we have a friend." And I said, "Yes, he's a service dog in training." He goes, "Well, he seems to be doing really good." So we continue on with our discussion, and at the end of it, after he had looked into my mouth and everything, he goes, "How old is he?" And I told him that he was 16 weeks, almost 17 weeks. And he goes, "Really?" He goes, "That dog really did good. I'm impressed." So, for me, I have to give a shout out to Leila Sullivan, who is the author of Training Your Own Full Potential Service Dog. And she's the founder of the school that we are attending. She is the one that oversees the group by the same name. And then I have to give a shout out to Mary Walsh, who lives in Ireland, who is our trainer. We talk a lot. We give a lot of videos. One of these days she's going to tell me quit giving her so many videos. I'm just playing. She won't, because they're needed. But anyhow, I feel like I give her too many sometimes. But anyhow, I just had to say I am proud of my boy. Proud of my boy. He did good today. It was very nerve-wracking going in there, and even though he's not quite figured out what he's doing in the aspect of I can't tell him to do it, he has a tendency to do the I'm calling it deep pressure therapy. Some say it's not because he's not heavy enough to be deep pressure, but it sure feels good to me. Okay, and he sat up in my lap once we got into the reclining chair in the exam room, and for the first time since I got there, I began to release some anxiety and relax a little bit, and I appreciate that this dog is figuring out what I need, because he's not a lap dog per se. There's only specific times he really wants in my lap, and one is at night, and then the other is when he senses stuff, because otherwise he don't want my lap. So anyhow, he did his job. He did well at the public access. He impressed the oral surgeon, and he seemed to have impressed some of the people in the waiting room. One lady in particularly, even though she didn't say it, she talked about him a lot. And well, I thought I could show you. I can drop you. Okay, Osher. Say hi. Say hi. Anyhow, we're on the back roads, or I wouldn't even be trying, trust me. But anyway, talk to you later.